What about the Proud Boys? Who are these people? What do they do? And so let's dive into that. So according to Wikipedia, now Wikipedia, you can take it for what it's worth, but this is their statement. They say that the Proud Boys is a far-right, neo-fascist, male-only organization that promotes and engages in political violence. That's a pretty bad statement, right? That's not good. We don't want political violence. We don't want neo-fascists here. We don't want far-right organizations. None of that is good. They say that the group believes white men, and Western culture are under siege. Their views have some elements of the white genocide conspiracy theory, and on and on and on. You can read the article on there. A Southern Poverty Law Center calls them an alt-right fight club. FBI originally classified them as an extremist group with ties to white nationalism. 2 weeks later, an FBI official briefing Clark County, Washington law enforcement officials denied that it was their intent to classify the entire group in this manner and described that to a mistake and a misunderstanding. So these are the Proud Boys. This is sort of what they look like. So the West is the best. It's a group of men you can see here who are, they look pretty proud to me, I would say. The American flag, they, got a bullhorn here, got a vest on, couple vests, and it looks like they're marching across a bridge. And this is something that, I didn't know much about it. Call me ignorant, call me a fool, call me whatever you want. I just didn't know anything about it because I had not heard about them. I had heard the name of GAVIN McINNES previously, but I didn't know much about it. I saw his name pop up, I think when he got banned from a lot of the different online platforms. And this guy got deplatformed from YouTube and I think Twitter and some other places. And a lot of the right-wing commentators on Twitter and elsewhere, they were saying, well, this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of the big tech media meltdown. They're going to start banning, it's going to start with Gavin and it's going to trickle down to everybody else. And before you know it, Rush Limbaugh is going to be canceled, and that's kind of where they were going with this. And I think that's where I remembered his name from, but I never followed him, never watched him, don't know much about him. And I really haven't seen anything in any of the news that we've covered about the Proud Boys. Seen a lot of BLM, seen a lot of Antifa, but not the Proud Boys. So we did a little bit of a deep dive into who these people are. And this is the Proud Boys founder. His name is GAVIN McINNES. And there's not a lot of stuff really that I know about him other than that he went in 2017, he posted a video out there called The 10 Things I Hate About the Jews, which is not a good video. I don't know, what to call that other than, bigotry, anti-racial, anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic, commentary. That's exactly what it is. You can't make excuses for that. You can't talk that away. It's clearly what it is. He posts a video on the internet, 10 things I hate about the Jews. Not much else to discuss, right? Not okay, not good behavior. And that's not what we want. Now, there's another video here from something that he posted where he goes, I'm actually not even going to play it, but he goes through this video and he's talking about, what the Proud Boys stand for. He says, we're not racist. We don't do anything, wrong. We just love America. We love the Constitution. And he does say that I'm a chauvinist. That's, he's somebody who's a provocateur, no question about it. And the type of language that he's using is not okay with political discourse, in my opinion. And, for Trump to not disavow that is a little bit concerning, right? You would want him to disavow those people. But when we started looking further into it, I wasn't real sure how much Trump knew about it. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy, but I didn't know about it. And so I went looking through it myself, and here is what we found. So you can literally go on their website, and this is what they stand for. So I'm always skeptical when I hear somebody say somebody is something. Somebody puts a label on something. The Proud Boys are racist. The Proud Boys are white nationalists. BLM is black nationalists. BLM is racist, right? People say that all the time. Antifa is communist. They want to, okay, well, let me learn about these people. Who are they? What do they do? I know you've got a political position. Joe Biden has a position, right? He's going to view everything through his lens as a Democrat. Donald Trump's going to view everything as his lens through the Democrat, as a Republican. And there's something in the middle that usually is closer to the truth than anything else that these two people are saying. So if you go on the Proud Boys website, they actually have a website. They call themselves the Western Chauvinists. So you can see here, proudboysusa.com. They are Western chauvinists. And in that video that I played from Gavin, he talks about what chauvinism means. And he says that he pulls up a definition and he says it's a very highly patriotic person who wants to display that aggressively. That's what chauvinism is. They go through, they detail some of their core values of the Proud Boys: minimal government, maximum freedom, anti-political correctness, anti-drug war, closed borders, anti-racial guilt, anti-racism, pro-free speech, pro-guns, glorifying the entrepreneur, venerating the housewife, reinstating a spirit of Western chauvinism. And they say specifically here, their sort of mission statement: though these are our central tenets, all that is required to become a Proud Boy is that a man declare he is a Western chauvinist who refuses to apologize for creating the modern world. We do not discriminate based upon race or sexual orientation. We are not an ism-ist phobic that fits the left's narrative. We truly believe that the West is the best and welcome those who believe in the same tenets as us all. And, you know, they can post whatever they want on a website, I suppose. But we went through it a little bit further, and I was trying to identify whether, you know, this group was a white supremacist group or if this is the right's version of Antifa or something, in close parallel to that, because we know a lot about Antifa. We know that they're a lot more than an idea. We know that Joe Biden called them an idea last night, but that's not the case. They've got t-shirts and hoodies. They've got, patches. They've got organizations and websites and all sorts of communities that are sort of built out, these little cells that are sort of scattered around the country. A lot of people on Twitter have been documenting this. Andy NGO has been covering this every day to, an amazing extent on Twitter. So check him out if you have any doubt about that. But the idea that Antifa is an idea is not accurate, right? This is an organized group. And so the Proud Boys are a response to that. And I've been saying this on this channel for a very long time. I've been saying that when they're burning down buildings, when they are wrecking, used car lots, when Wendy's are being torched on a nightly basis, when they're shooting back at cops, this is all going to escalate. I've been saying this for years now. If something like this is popping up on the left, there is going to be a response on the right, and both groups are wrong. Both groups are not contributing to any positive dialogue or any, moving the ball forward in a helpful direction for the country. They're just not. Antifa's not doing it. The Proud Boys are not doing it. I think both groups should be totally condemned and totally disavowed. And the fact that neither one of these candidates could do that is just so depressing. It's so ridiculous that these are the two people who are potentially going to be in charge. Or if we don't get a president from one of these two, we're going to have Nancy Pelosi, right, who's going to be appointed from the House of Representatives. So, not ideal. Not our A team, I think America, but that's all right. We got to work with what we work with. So again, back to the Proud Boys. Are they white supremacists? Are they, these types of individuals who want to see one race and the end of all of the other races, white people supreme and everyone else is below them? Well, we start looking through that, right? And we find that the Proud Boys president is not even a white guy. This is who we're talking about, ENRIQUE TARRIO. ENRIQUE TARRIO, he's the leader of the right-wing Proud Boys group, he said specifically that they will, well, we're going to get there. He was the Afro-Cuban president of the Miami chapter of the alt-right white nationalist organization and is now the national president. So he also served as the Florida director of Latinos for Trump, and you can go find his profile on afrocubaweb.com. So apparently this guy is the president of the Proud Boys, and it's not even a Caucasian individual. This is somebody who is Cuban, and he's Afro-Cuban. Okay, so is this really a white national organization? It's hard to make that conclusion when the president is a non-Caucasian person. So, this is why we like to look into the facts a little bit more. You can take what you will from that. To me, it's really hard to make the leap that the president of an organization who is non-Caucasian is advocating for white supremacy in the United States. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, the Proud Boys came up last night, so we have a response from ENRIQUE TARRIO, and he said this. He said, although I'm excited about our mention on the debate stage, I am not taking this as a direct endorsement from the president. He did an excellent job and was asked a very pointed question. The question was a reference to white supremacy, which we are not. Him telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by is what we have always done. I'm extremely proud of my president's performance tonight. And he says, hey, sugar tots, I ain't white and I ain't a fascist. So, this is what they stand for. I feel like I've done this a million times and it's cringe to do it again, but Proud Boys denounce communism, socialism, fascism, Antifa, racism, and any other ism that is discriminatory or authoritarian. Wanted to say that before Twitter takes out this account. So That's the president's, the president of the Proud Boys. That's his own statement on this issue. I still think Donald Trump could have easily condemned them. Not trying to make excuses for the guy, but a little bit more information about what he was specifically not disavowing is, I think, important. I think it's relevant. There's a lot of people all over the social media feeds who are saying Donald Trump did not disavow the white supremacists, which he didn't. I mean, I didn't hear him say that in the debate, but a little bit more context on who the Proud Boys are, I think, sheds a little bit more light on what was happening in that conversation.